The best path to the White House is for Marco Rubio to be our nominee.
The Cruz campaign fired a top aide Monday over spreading false information about Rubio. The effects of that dust-up on his chances remain to be seen, but the Iowa caucus winner continues to point out one glaring problem for Rubio.
And you weren't able to win in Iowa, you weren't able to win in New Hampshire, you weren't able to win in South Carolina. When can you win a state?
While the other two remaining GOP candidates, Ben Carson and John Kasich, are just trying to hang on until Super Tuesday.
For all intents and purposes, it really is a three-man race. So I imagine that you will see essentially Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, and Senator Cruz really splitting up closer to about 85% of the vote between them.
Right now, Donald Trump has 67 delegates. His nearest competitor is Ted Cruz with 11, so a big lead there. 30 more are up for grabs tonight, and then just a week from today, Super Tuesday. So a lot at stake here in Las Vegas. Scott Thuman, ABC 7 News.
Okay, and as you can see there, Scott is in Las Vegas for tonight's caucuses, and he will be live coming up at 6, and then any results that are available tonight at 11 o'clock. Leon.
Well, a massive fire ripped through a self-storage facility in Prince George's County. The fire broke out just after 11 this morning at the Fort Knox storage facility on Depot Lane, right off of Route 301. It started as a 2-alarm, but quickly escalated to 3, with more than 100 firefighters and medics on the scene. Route 301 south at Marlboro Pike was closed down for a time. No word on the cause of that fire.
And take a look at some amazing video of a fire at a construction site in Melbourne, Australia. Cameras were rolling as the crews battled that fire 10 stories up. The heat was so intense it caused that crane to just collapse, and you could see here the arm just crashing down to the ground. No one was hurt. Firefighters do believe it was all sparked by an electrical problem with the crane's motor.
Fighting a fire, boy, if you're in bad shape if you're afraid of heights.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta go up there and fight a fire like that.
Terrifying situation there.
Yep.
All right, so we got a wet, drizzly. Everybody keeps saying they're tired today. Just makes you want to go back to
does.
bed.
I mean, sunshine and nice breeze and a little warmer temperatures perk everybody up a bit, but we have to wait a while for that. You know, you've heard it said a zillion times, although I've never said it, that a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yes. Okay.
Let's start and prove that to be true with a live look at our WeatherBug camera at National Harbor. Now, if you look closely on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see the wheels slowly spinning there, the Capitol wheel. But that's our story, folks. Drizzle, rain all across the area, and just for the fun of it, we throw in a little fog at no extra charge tonight. But the steady heavy rain is finished for now, but it is coming back tomorrow. 43 degrees now at Reagan National Airport. A wind out of the north at 13. That's pushing the wind chills down to about 36, 37. So it's an uncomfortable day if you spend any time outside. You know about that. Let me get you up to date on this flood watch. Goes into effect tomorrow morning. Anne Arundel, Prince George's, the district, then points west in Virginia, northwest of Maryland, northern neck, lower southern Maryland, not included in the watch area. And the watch simply says we have a potential for getting enough rain to cause localized flooding. Temperatures stuck in the 30s. Winchester 37, the same in Hagerstown, Martinsburg, and Frederick. A little bit milder to the south and southeast, a little bit into the lower 40s. And expanding the view, the warmer air is already pushing in west of the mountains. Already 59 in Louisville, 58 in Charleston, 54 in Columbus, Ohio. So the warm air is moving to the northeast. What we see constantly here in the wintertime are these wedges of cold air that get wedged in between the Atlantic Ocean and the mountains, and it's no different. Look at Hatteras now, 65. So the question is, when will the warm air take over, scour out the cold air at the surface? It'll happen sometime tomorrow. Early afternoon, late afternoon, we'll have to wait and see, because sometimes the cold air is very stubborn and doesn't really get out of town as quickly as the computer models suggest. But we know this, the steady rain is just about finished for us, but the next event is underway right now. And this is a huge storm system. There is an enormously large area of the south central part of the U.S. to the Gulf Coast that's under tornado watch. Multiple tornadoes reported on the ground, damage I've seen pictures of already across Louisiana. And for the next hour or two, especially over eastern sections of Louisiana, a very high risk of damaging tornadoes in that area. The moisture is going to push to the northeast. It's a very wide storm. You can already see the rain backspinning from Oklahoma and the inflow coming from the Florida Panhandle. That's a lot of territory under the effects of this storm. Now, our outlook for the day tomorrow suggests that the best chance of really violent weather will in fact be over eastern North Carolina. The farther north you go, the chances diminish a bit, but still in our area, there is a slight chance we'll see an isolated thunderstorm tomorrow, isolated severe thunderstorm, with the chances increasing farther south and east. And a lot of this is dependent on how quick that warm front gets in here through the day. This model, we think, has a pretty good handle on things, that by tomorrow morning about 9:30, we'll have patches of rain, some moderate downpours, heavier showers developing well ahead of the storm. The storm, by the way, is going to stay well to the west of the